Mike, exciting times. Tell us a little bit, an overview of the Charles Kao College here.
The Charles Kao UTC, it's a new concept in education for students aged 14 to 19. Unlike traditional schools, we have an amazing group of sponsors, Johnson, GlaxoSmithKline amongst others, and Raytheon, who are coming together to help us prepare the young people for work and university. So we will focus on these subjects, sort of smart environments and medical technology, because those are the needs of employment in Harlow and the surrounding areas. The students will spend about 40% of their time in year 10 and 11 working on that, and 60% of their time in year 12 and 13 working on that. But conversely, they'll also follow the core GCSE curriculum as well of English, maths, science, a language, a humanities subject, so that we are qualifying them to have the opportunities that they need. But rather than it being a school with work experience tacked on at the end, it's a school where these industrial challenges from our partners in Anglia Ruskin University filter all the way down through the curriculum, so the students are developing the soft skills and those transferable skills as well that employers have been crying out for years.
Just take a few of the technical parts first. So does this mean that there are students who could leave their present school in year 9 and come here into year 10?
Absolutely.
Is that going to be quite a challenge trying to recruit?
It's a bit of a challenge recruiting, because the UTC concept is new at the moment. There's only about 17 open just now, with another 20 odd opening next year. And that's the biggest challenge that we have, is getting that message out there to young people that this new school is opening. These are the opportunities that we have for you. This is the staff that we're going to appoint. And it's not really going to be something that, say, Johnson has done 5 years ago. It's something, one of the projects would be something Johnson's doing now, so that the students are developing those skills in readiness for going into the workforce.
Would the other head, maybe this is a question for them, would the other heads from the other schools around Harlow welcome this with open arms, or would they see you as a competitor?
I don't think I can speak for the other heads, but I've always come from a background of working in collaboration with other local schools. We're all in the same business. We're all looking to make sure that young people leave with the qualifications and the skills that they need to enter the workforce or to go into university. So yeah, maybe you could ask me that again in 6 months or so, when I've met all the skilled heads in the local area.
You mentioned some of the sponsors, Raytheon, GlaxoSmith. What's the importance of their role in this college, this university?
They're important because they're really the driving force behind our curriculum. So I mentioned industry challenges earlier on. They'll have a series of problems and tasks for the young people to solve, and they'll devise them themselves, and with a bit of luck, hopefully they'll send someone in as well who actually works in this industry on a day-to-day basis to inspire the kids to do it, while we've got the teaching staff that are supporting the students in their learning too.
What are the possible jobs? When people talk, what job will you possibly get from coming here? What are the possible jobs young people will get?
There's a load. If I take both the specialisms separately, the medical technology side sort of lends itself obviously to medicine, to dentistry, but then the technical aspects behind it. I found out at our open evening last night and today that while I was a student using micro pipettes, that the temperature of my hand could offset the calibration of it, and there were 2 fantastic technicians that showed me how they maintained micro pipettes. Now, when you're looking at DNA research and that ilk and cancer research, the measurements of the particles that you're using is precise, so these things can't be mucked around with. So it's those sorts of skills that they'd be able to develop within the medical technology aspect. Within the smart environments, well, buildings have to be fit for purpose, and with the other, for an example, the other UTCs that are opening, they're all going to have to be built and developed alongside new regulations for building, but then it's also future-proofing them. We look at sort of hospitals and how they're developed. It's not just the ward anymore, it's how do you develop a high pressurised room in a respiratory ward for people who have bronchial diseases or asthma. It's looking at the sort of tech behind midwifery. So how do we scan for the baby? What are those advances that are coming in the next 5 to 10 years? And it's those sorts of research jobs that the students would get into.
I was going to say, are you education for the future? But you probably say this is education for the present. We compare our other sister paper down in Thurrock, and you have the National Skills Academy down there in Purfleet, and very much teaching, you know, these are the skills behind the scenes in drama that you can learn now in theatre. And I guess, so you are the present and also the future.
It's education for the present, but also with an eye to the future as well. I mean, that again is the magic of having Anglia Ruskin and the other partners with us, because they're going to be able to tell us which direction their organisations are going in the next 5 to 10 years, and we can adapt the curriculum to suit, so that we are producing people that are work fit and university fit after they've been with us for 4 years.
If we come back in October the 31st in a year's time, what progress would you have hoped to have made?
The kids will have obviously spent their first half term with us. They'll have had their first set of assessments, so we'll have benchmarked them and we'll have been able to measure how far they're off from getting their target grades from Key Stage 2. Our first industry challenges will have been completed or will be nearing completion. I'd also like to think that when you come in to look at the students, you're going to see young people, not pupils, but young people who are able to develop the soft skills. You know, I mean, a big thing a lot of the partners have said, it's that first handshake and eye contact. So I'd like to think that they're growing in self-confidence. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, but, you know, little steps will get us there.
Right, we'll come back in a year's time.
You'd be more than welcome to.